Unlock your potential today at skillbakery.com.
Today, we'll be learning about Jotai Provider and why we should be using it. We will also learn how we can isolate state within different parts of an app, and we'll be demonstrating the same using multiple provider instances for independent state management. So let's first talk about why we should be using Jotai Provider. By default, Jotai shares state globally across components. However, sometimes we need isolated state, where state changes in one part of the app don't affect another. Some of the scenarios or use cases where this could be useful is like having multiple shopping carts, one for guests, another for logged in users, resetting state when switching between users, or isolating UI states like models and forms. Jotai Provider lets us scope atoms to a specific part of the component tree. So here you can see that we have two sections. One says logged in user and one says guest user section. Now here you can see we have list of products for both of these sections and then a shopping cart as well. Now if you see over here, if I go ahead and increment the quantity, the cart value changes over here to total item 3 and the total price is then shown over here. But if you notice the other section that we have, guest user section, here the cart does not change based on items that we are adding in the logged in user section. Now if I go here and add another item, it is only going to impact this shopping cart that we have under guest user section, and it's not going to impact the other shopping cart. And that's how we are managing different states over here, even though they all are using the same components. Now here, if you see in our app.js file, what we have done is we have first of all imported this provider from Jotai, and then we have used it as a wrapper around product list and cart components. So one is for logged in user section and the other one is for guest user section. Now we have also changed how we were fetching the products from the API. So in our product list.js, you'll notice that we are fetching it once on mount. So we are using use effect and then we called fetch products over here. And you'll notice that we are using this fetch products method, which we are calling from the products atom. If I go to products atom, here you'll notice that we've created the products atom and then we have this method which is used to fetch products only once and update products atom. So the API call is set over here, and then the same is being used across different dependent or derived atoms as well. So here we are using products atom. And finally, this is what we have imported in our product list, fetch products atom. And once we have the products atom over here, we are fetching it only once on mount. So this kind of prevents multiple re-rendering of this API, and it will stop calling the products API n number of times. And the other stuff that we see over here remains as is. So that's the only change that we had to make in order to implement this provider. And this is pretty much straightforward, as you can see, and easy to use as well. You just have to wrap the components inside the provider tag and everything else will be taken care by Jotai itself.
If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.